Hello, good afternoon, Lagos. You're welcome to your program on radio, Mending the Mind with your host, Goodness Friday. How was the weekend? How did it go? Were you in service? Were you at home? Feeling the rain, with some tea by your side and some good food? But if you were not in church, I'll tell you that was the wrong thing. Okay, welcome to your program on radio, Mending the Mind with your host, Goodness Friday. Today we're talking about something very, very profound. Perception. You can follow me on my social media handle, Goodness Friday, on Facebook, Goodness Friday, on YouTube, Goodness Friday, on every social media handle. And then the radio, Praise Mix Radio. You can join us, follow us on Twitter. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. You can see us, Praise Mix Official. Yes, Praise Mix Official on Facebook, on Instagram. But on YouTube, you can follow us on Praise Mix TV. Yes, Praise Mix TV. You heard me right. Praise Mix TV. All right, on the program today, we're talking about perception. Now, perception. Now, I want you to understand something. Perception is gotten from the word, from the Latin word perceptio. Perceptio, meaning gathering or receiving. Gathering or receiving. It's a Latin word. And about for my English lovers, it's a noun. It's a noun. Yes, we're not in English class this afternoon, but it's a noun. But it's gotten from a Latin word perceptio, meaning gathering or receiving. Now, there are a lot of definitions for perception, but I just give us something simple. Perception is the ability to see, hear, or become aware of something through the senses. The ability to see, to hear, or to become aware of something through our senses. Now, I want to share a scripture with us, a story from the scripture. Now, I'm talking about the guy called Caleb. When the children of Israel were trying to overcome a city, and then they were asked to go and do a run check, do a background check on the city. What's going on? These people like, what's going on? And now, some people went there with them and they said, wow, we cannot do this. These guys are giants. These guys are this. These guys are that. These guys are this. And Caleb said something. He said, no, we can do this. Yeah, it was so sure. He said to Moses, no, we can do this. And you can find that in the book of Numbers 13:30. The book of Numbers 13:30. He said, no, we can do this. We can overcome these guys. We can win this war. These guys are nothing before us. What he was saying, he wasn't lying. And the other guy said, no, these guys are giants. We can't do this. We can't overcome them. We are too little. What they were saying was not wrong too. They were right. But all matters. What differentiates what they were saying was just their perception. What do you see? What do you see? Now I tell people, your perception towards anything determines your definition to that thing. You understand me? Now some people will say, this guy is short, this guy is tall. Now, those words basically are relative. Now the word tall is relative. The word short is relative. How do you see that thing? How do you see it? Now, I would like us to please go on the music break right now. When we return, we'll dive deeper into this word, perception. Don't go nowhere. Stay with me. Just enjoy the break. God bless you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back to your program, Mending the Mind with your host, Goodness Friday on Praise Mix Radio. Praise Mix Radio. Today we are talking about perception. Perception is the ability for you to behold something, for you to understand something. Now, the way in which something is regarded, understood, and interpreted can also be regarded as perception. Now, there are other words you can use in terms of perception. You can say appreciation, recognition, realization, cognizance, discernment, awareness, consciousness, knowledge, grasp, acknowledgement, understanding, comprehension. There are a lot of words. Observation, belief. There are a lot of words that you can refer to also as perception. I said earlier, perception can be defined as what? I mean, how you see things really matters. How you see things really matters. Even in every circumstance, when we started, I gave us a scripture, the book of Numbers 13 verse 30. Numbers 13 verse 30. And I said it was about Caleb, 13:30, about Caleb and Moses when they were asked to go survey the land where they were supposed to take over. Other guys said they couldn't do it. No, we cannot do this thing. It's difficult. But Caleb said, no, we can do this. They were all right based on their perception. Now, if you say you cannot do anything, you are right. And if you say you can, you are right also. Perception matters a lot in our lives. Sometimes some people live their life based on what people say about them. What do you see about yourself? What do you see? What do you see? How do you see yourself? How do you see your future? Scripture says, I know the thought I have for you. They are of good, not of evil, to give an expected end. Now this is it. Sometimes the future may not be the way we want to see it right now. Now, God said to Ezekiel, in the book of Ezekiel, talking about the dry bones, he said, what do you see? He said, they are dry bones. And he asked me a question. He said, can these dry bones live again? I love what Ezekiel said. He said, thou knowest, Lord, because in his own understanding, there's nothing. In that situation, there's nothing. In that circumstance, there's nothing. In your finance, there may be nothing right now. But I ask you, what do you see? God said to Abraham, he said, as far as your eyes can see. As far as your eyes can see. So ladies and gentlemen, Lagos, what do you see? In that situation, what do you see? In that marriage that is looking as if all is going to crumble, what do you see? In your job right now, what do you see? In your health, what do you see? For scripture says, he said, blessed is he that believeth, for there shall be a performance of what has been spoken. Now, if you don't know what to say, you don't know what to see, you're not seeing anything, I beg you, take your mind back to the scripture. For scripture says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. Now there's something that has to do, there's a relationship between thinking and seeing. There's a relationship between seeing and thinking. Thinking and seeing. See, whatever you picture over time, sink into your subconscious mind. And over time, it becomes your reality. In that circumstance, I beg you, brother and sister, see positive. In that negative challenge you're going through, I don't know what I'm speaking to right now. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what the challenges are. Is your mom sick? Is the health of your father very, very bad right now? I don't know who you are. I don't know where you're listening to me from. But I tell you, what do you see? Because what you see determines what you say. Don't forget, your perception determines your definition. Your perception determines your definition. And your definition determines what happens to you over time. Over time. Some people will tell you there's no money in Lagos. But some people will tell you there's money in Lagos. Even if they're not making it right now, but they tell you there's money in Lagos. And with this perception, and with this belief, they walk towards it. They walk towards it to achieve it. Until you see where you're going, you can never get there. Until you see it. Until you see how beautiful your marriage is going to be in a few years to come, you can never get there. Nobody gets to a destination by mistake. No, you don't. No. You don't get to your own you don't get to your own destination, your desired destination by default. No. You must work towards it. Now, a blessed man of God says something. You say you can actually predict your future by creating it. You can predict your future by creating it. And first, how do you create it first? In the mind. You see it. You see it. You see it. And then it comes to pass. Brother, sister, I beg you. I don't know, but it's so strong in my spirit today for us to talk about this word, perception. I have a whole lot here to talk about. But it makes no sense if you don't really understand these things. That what you see really determines where you get to in life. Abraham, when it was God said, what do you see? He said, as far as your eyes can see. As far as your eyes can see. Now, when Jesus, the story in the Bible talked about when Jesus Christ was with a blind man, and then Jesus Christ healed him at some point, and they asked him, what do you see? He said, I see men like tree. He said, I see men like tree. Now, Jesus Christ had to lay his hand on him again. Which means, what you see really matters. What you see determines how far you go in life. Don't go nowhere. We'll return back, and then we'll give it a wrap on this program, Mending the Mind. Today we're talking about perception. As we go back, having a music break, just stay wherever you are. Don't go, please. God bless you. Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. Lagos is still your program on radio, Mending the Mind with your host, Goodness Friday. You can follow us on our social media handle, Praise Mix Official, on our Facebook page, on our Instagram page, then Facebook TV, on YouTube. You can follow me also on my social media handle, Goodness Friday on Facebook, Goodness Friday on Instagram, Goodness Friday on YouTube. Today we're talking about perception. And this segment we're actually rounding off the program. Perception. Now, I want to tell you something. A quote I want to leave you with also. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. It matters a lot. It matters a lot. By God's grace, God's helping us. Next week, we'll be looking at other angles when it comes to perception. There are other things we need to look at, like personal attitude, personality, motives, interests, past experiences. All these things are characteristics that affect our perception. For example, if a young lady grows up, sees that the mother was being maltreated or abused by the father, that child will grow up with the mindset that every man must beat a woman. Every man must maltreat a woman. It's not her fault. It's not her fault. It's based on her past experience. So there are a lot of things we'll be looking at next week on this same topic, perception. By God's grace, we'll be rounding up on this topic next week. Perception. I leave you with this quote. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. Change the way you look at people, and the people you look at will change. Change the way you look at that situation, and that situation will change. It's all in the mind. It's all in the mind. I keep telling us there's no impossibility anywhere. It's just a figment of our imagination. There's no impossibility anywhere. If you set your mind to do it, you can achieve it. If you set your mind to do it. In one of our episodes, we talk about putting your mind towards doing anything, and you achieve it. You achieve it. That's just what it is. So till I come your way again next week, Lagos, wherever you're hearing me from, wherever you listen to me from, I really appreciate you. But I want you to really change your mind. Work on your mind. Don't forget, that the development of every man begins in the development of his mind. See you next week, Monday. Same time, same station. God bless you.